Hi everyone. I wanted to do a video about power tools, specifically Worx to Porter cable. The Porter cable or the 18-volt legacy tools, they're the ones that are no longer you're able to buy, or you can't buy any batteries for them, and they're pretty good tools. And a lot of people are probably ditching them right now because you can't buy any decent batteries. Now, I was looking at Amazon about a year or so ago, and I saw some aftermarket Porter cable 18-volt batteries, and they were just not very good. They lasted less than 5 minutes. They were pretty pathetic. So I haven't done much with them. I do still have quite a few Porter cable 18-volt tools. So I decided here recently to see if there's any adapters available to the new standard, new 20 volts lithium ion batteries, and I came across a adapter. This guy right here, and I'll provide links to all these things. But you're able to convert a BLACK&DECKER 20 volt battery to a Porter cable, and I'll show you how this works. You slide this on, and then you slide your tool on. And now it works, which is great. Now the challenge I had is, I didn't have any Black&Decker tools, so I just said, okay, I'll go out and buy one tool. It comes with a charger, the battery, and a drill. So for $40 on Amazon, I was able to get this and get one. I believe these are 1.5 amp hour batteries. So I just have one of those. Well, I started to think, okay, well maybe there's an adapter for Worx batteries that can go to Porter cable. Unfortunately, I searched the web and I just did not find anything that was a full adapter that could do that. So what I decided to do is I got on Amazon. I was able to find an adapter that had two leads out of it. It had a positive and a negative cable, and that is this bottom piece. Now this is the end product, which I'll show you in a second how it's all put together. But this is an adapter, and it looks like it was made with a 3D printer based on the composition of it, which is fine with me. And it has the two leads, and so you put your Worx battery in here, and inside I'll show you what I've got going on. But on the outside you have your this is the aftermarket. This portion here to here is the aftermarket battery I had bought. So I just took the guts out of it. Here's another one I have just to show you. So here's the guts of it. Batteries, existing batteries. I took these out. I cut this part out. Just cut the lowest part of the negative and the positive cable. And this just lifts up. As soon as you cut those two cables, this lifts out. And then you're able to use that again for creating this piece right here. So what I'll do is I'm going to take this apart so I can show you the internals. Essentially, all that's in there is this guy. Now, when I was looking for this, I don't know a lot about electronics, but the website that I was able to find this on, it was actually Amazon, this adapter here that has the two leads. And it said on there that you need to be careful because you can run your batteries if you run them too long and they get under a certain voltage, and it's going to kill your batteries. So my assumption is that the Worx tools have some type of low voltage circuit similar to this that tells it not to continue on anymore. And I actually did a test just to confirm that. I ran a battery, a Worx battery. I ran it all the way down, and then to where this tool would no longer work. The Worx would no longer turn on. And then I put it into this adapter and powered my Porter cable, and lo and behold, it kept going. It didn't care that it had low voltage. So that told me that this battery is not smart enough to know when to shut off. There's no built-in low voltage circuit in this battery. It's got to be in the tools. So what I did is I drained one entire battery till it wouldn't work anymore. I captured the voltage. The voltage is 14.3 volts is what I set it to turn off at. And so that it won't go anywhere, won't go below 14.3 volts anymore based on this low voltage circuit that I installed. So I'm going to pause and I'll be right back and I'll show you the inside of this. I just have to take off these bolts here, or these screws, and then I'll show you the inside. Okay, we're back. So I've taken the top off. Now inside of here you can see what I did here is I've got this adapter that has the two leads. I've drilled 2 holes here to allow the cables to go through there, and then they come through this other side. And on this you have an input and an output. So your battery input comes in right here, and the output goes to this part, but I've got it taped up, but you can see that this is where this is here. So you've got the positive on the side and negative on this side. Now I did have to solder to make these cables longer because they were really short. So you'll have to do that. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and connect a Worx battery, and I'll show you how this works. Okay, so now you'll see a display come on, and it's reading around 20.5 volts. So that's a fully charged battery that I've got in there. And like I said earlier, I ran it down till it was dead. And well, according to the impact drill, said it was dead. It was at 14.3 volts. So what I did here is you can set this to decide when it's going to shut off. So at 14.3 volts, you hit that again, this red light will pop off, and it will actually kill the outside portion of this circuit. There's also another setting set on 2.0. What that is that's how much higher than the other setting. So 14.3 plus 2, so at 16.3 it'll turn back on again. And you can adjust those settings if you want to be 1 volt higher or 5 volt, probably wouldn't do 5 volts, but do 3 volts more, then it'll kick back on at that point. So I've got it at 14.3 with a 2 volt delta, so it needs to be at 16.3 volts before it'll kick on again. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'm going to pause again and then put this back together and show you how it works when it's all put together. Okay, our finished product. So I put the screws back in, and now we have this ready to go. So what we'll do is we have the Porter cable upper part, the Worx lower part, and currently have the adapter for the BLACK&DECKER. We'll go ahead and pop that off. But I can show you it does work. And we'll go ahead and slide the Porter cable on. And now we have a working Porter cable tool that works with a Worx battery. And if I want to, I've got this set so where I can easily pop off the Worx tool. I will say this particular adapter I found on Amazon, for whatever reason, I can get it to work on the 2 amp batteries. Basically anything with the orange disconnect switch there, it will work. But unfortunately, these with the black disconnect, it doesn't stay very secure. It actually comes off pretty easy. And so luckily I've got quite a few of these that have the yellow or the orange, but not. I've got a few of these that have the black, but for some reason it's just a little bit different. The release mechanism is just a little bit different. It won't work completely with this. So what I'll do is I'll take that off to show you. And we're going to put this on you can see, just does not click. However, it does click with the orange tabbed. Okay, so at this point we have a Porter cable drill with Worx battery, and it will run until it hits 14.3 volts, and it'll completely shut off at that point, so it doesn't completely drain the battery and ruin the battery. And that's what we want. Well, wanted to do this. This is my first video. Wanted to do this because I thought this was pretty incredible, because I've got probably 8 or 9 Porter cable tools, these 18-volt tools, and hate to just throw them away because you can't find a good battery for them. And so it's nice that I don't have to go out and buy replacement tools for all of those. So I thought this might be helpful. I did see a lot of Porter cable 18-volt tool sets on eBay, and there's a lot out there. You could find one, a bundle of these tools fairly cheap, and that way, people are dumping them right now because they can't use them. So this could be a good opportunity to get you get some cheap tools and get you some Worx battery if you have Worx already, and be able to continue using those Worx tools. Hope this is helpful. That's why I wanted to do this video. This is pretty huge for me. So hopefully it's good for you as well. And let me know if you have any more questions. I'll try to answer them.